Okay, so have you seen the latest collection from fashion brands around the world for this season? Maybe if you have, you've seen them through the internet or on their website. And have you ever wondered being one of the front row guest lists in fashion weeks? Maybe in Paris, Milan, or even New York, where you can watch how fashion evolves and take an exclusive first glance of the new trends. So, speaking of Fashion Week, I would like to take you to a little bit of a flashback through the pandemic time, where Citayam Fashion Week was really popular, right? Remember? Citayam Fashion Week back then was like a dupe for the real fashion week in Indonesia, but they used the street of Citayam as their runway media. Wow, like so unique. And seeing those phenomena, we can see how the power of fashion and beauty and also the excitement that both industries has is extremely high. And because I believe that fashion and beauty is a way for us to show our personality and self-expression. I believe that all of you guys here have different styles, right? Raise your hand if you like your style more minimalistic. Okay. Or raise your hand if you like your style more vintage. Or maybe some of you like it more colorful. And because of that, I want you to take your time to imagine your daily clothing and beauty items. Okay. And especially for the younger one, I believe that most of them are dominated by the trendy items that seem to be changing every season, right? And do you know what they all related to? Fast fashion. Yep. So fast fashion is actually everywhere around us. And now I would like to share a little bit the terrible reality behind fast fashion and the impact that it has on our environment. So, what is fast fashion? Fast fashion is actually a term to describe the quick and rapid process of garments production in large quantity but low cost. So, like large quantity and low cost. In other words, you can say fast fashion actually prefers quantity over quality. And to achieve that goal, the consequences are spreading in all fields. For example, water pollution. Fast fashion is known for one of the largest or the biggest water polluters in this world, mainly caused by the toxic cheap dye that they use to dye our clothes. And then also massive production of gas emission. And then also you know that our clothes are mainly made of synthetic fibers, right? And every time you wear them and then you wash them, they actually shed this microparticle called microfibers or microplastic that can actually pollute our water and soil, eventually threaten our health. And you know that actually fast fashion cycles encourages us to buy more and more, leading to a lot of waste. But not only fast fashion, beauty industry has its own consequences. For example, animal harming. You know that every time before we could use our beauty products, they are tested on animals, right? And it could lead to misappropriation during the waste. And during the process, I mean. And then also there's plastic waste again and again. Because you know that mainly our beauty products packaging are made of plastic. And they are single use. So every time you buy a new one and then you throw away the old one and then buy it again and then keep repeating that cycles, it actually leads to more and more and more waste. And then next, I would like to share a little bit of a fun fact for you. We all here use perfume, right? And you know that the most common type of perfume is actually sprayed perfume. But this is a fun fact. Actually, every time you sprayed your perfume, it releases a gas called CFC. And CFC is known also for one of the biggest contributors in our global warming and ozone destruction. So, you might be asking, is there any type of solution for this problem? And eventually the answer is yes, luckily. So, let me introduce you to sustainable fashion. So, sustainable fashion pays more attention to the environment in terms of manufacturing and also reducing negative impacts and outcomes in all process. So, if you want to achieve this sustainable fashion, you have to understand a few things. First is slow fashion. So in terms of words, slow fashion is like literally the direct opposite of fast fashion, right? Because as I said before, fast fashion prefers quantity over quality, while slow fashion emphasizes more on quality rather than just quantity. And there's also ethical fashion. In ethical fashion, they try to, as much as they could, to reduce harm not only for our environment, but also for the people and the society. And then next is biodegradable natural material. They make sure there's no chemical involved, all natural, and they make sure that our clothing material is safe for our planet can be easily disposed. And next, and the most important, is be responsible in all process. I know that sustainable and ethical fashion might sound a little strange or uncommon for some of you, but for me, this is the innovation and the new era of fashion, where the goal is to achieve zero waste, natural clothing, and circular fashion. So, right now, there are actually a lot of people who care about this problem and try to develop this type of fashion. So, how could we as people living on this earth contribute to a more healthier, sustainable future for our fashion industry and also our environment? Believe me, these steps are simple. So first, choose minimalistics. Go over function, not only trends. And then also, I know me and my friends actually we love doing this activity, thrifting. Go buy secondhand. This type of activity actually helps in making a more sustainable and healthier future. And then also, the last thing is be a mindful consumer. By being a mindful consumer in fashion involves considering the broader impacts of your purchasing decision, not only for the environment, but also for your society and personal well-being. So by making conscious choices, we contribute to a more sustainable, ethical, and inclusive fashion industry. But me, myself, I actually invest in a more sustainable future by creating this. So, you can see from my talk that I'm very into fashion and beauty, especially scents. I've always been fascinated by scents because the way that they could transform me into discerned memories or stir up strong emotions. But you know that as I learned about these fragrances, I couldn't ignore the harm that they could cause to our environment. So I pour my heart and soul into creating this brand called Underscent. So Underscent, actually, I want to make a brand not only going to be delight our senses, but also care for the planet. So with my passion for sustainability and fashion and beauty also, and fragrances, of course, I'm creating a product and developing a product called a 3-in-1 perfume balms palette. So you can have 3 different scents in just one compact packaging and in a shape of balm. Because as I said before, that actually sprayed perfume releases a gas called CFC. So at the moment, I want to make my product sustainable, effective, but unique at the same time. So we can start saving our planet by embracing something around us or something that we love. Maybe it's your love for nature, for wildlife, or your passion for technology or fashion and beauty like me. You should turn your interests into actions where we can embrace a more sustainable future for the next generation. So you might be asking, right, why does all this matter? Well, this planet, the Earth, is like our home, right? So we wouldn't want to mess up our living place. We, as the people living on this earth, have this responsibility to make sure how our choices impact the environment. So I believe that small individual action collectively leads to significant change. I believe everyone has a role to play in shaping more sustainable and healthier environment. So let's all work together here to make sure we feel good, we will look good, but still care for our planet. Don't forget, we can save the planet with style. Thank you.